Alright, so we have at Bloomberg, Beijing urging US to drop wishful thinking of changing China. Foreign Minister Wang Yi holds news briefing on NPC sidelines. He was saying that some in the US are pushing relations to new Cold War. Imagine him saying that, right? And I am reminded of the old Cold War between the US and Russia, and how it pushed the world to Third World War and the nuclear standoff in Cuba. Wow, that was uh, you know, some fearful moments in history. And now he's saying that this is a new Cold War. Why? Because we have the China as the world's second largest economy. President Xi Jinping saying he won't let the world's second largest economy return to its days as a planned economy, pushing back against the U.S. criticism that the nation has failed to deliver on promised reforms. Of course, there are growing tensions between the two countries. It has expanded over to the airline industry as the Transportation Department accused its Beijing counterpart of blocking American carriers' attempts to resume operations there. And also, we have the growing tensions back in the streets of Hong Kong as police are deploying more units. Some of the fighting in the streets of Hong Kong are starting to resume again, or there have been some activities there again. And we are in a place in history wherein these are trying times, really. US has a lot of cases of coronavirus. The economy is really failing, and we have China on the other side. People are blaming the country for starting coronavirus, and we have some unrest in Hong Kong, police deploying water cannon, violence return. So we are here in the Philippines. We are at the middle of everything. Most people here, of course, still favors the U.S. over China. I think U.S. has always stood for a democratic way of life and capitalism in all its glory. I mean, having the freedom to choose your life, the kind of work that you have. This has been in our mind. We've been drummed of this mindset, this idealism ever since we were born. Democracy is good, capitalism is good, but now we're seeing a different picture. We're seeing about the evils of capitalism. Why is capitalism evil? Look at what's happening in the world today. Even the US, the bastion of capitalism, is failing. The economy is failing. The companies are outsourcing their labor and in other places. Why? Because their labor force is too expensive. So you will see that since they favor bottom line, rich bottom line profits, then they would do so at the expense of their own countrymen. And you will see that this is happening all over the world. Here in the Philippines, as I said, maybe around 80%, even larger than that, favors the US over China. But then come to think of it, look at what's happening in Hong Kong. What brought Hong Kong? Even the name itself, Hong Kong, is a Chinese name. How come it is, trying its best to get rid of the Chinese authorities? It belonged to China. Jardine Davis, Opium Wars, the British Empire. China doesn't want the opium being given to its people. It rebelled. The bite of the British Empire declared war on them. They had to cede Hong Kong. That's all I can say. Come to think of that, and think about who made war with whom. Was it China? China never made war on anybody. I don't know.